And so now you actually wrote, this is Megan McNeil. She's a familiar face to some of you who maybe watched. How long have you been gone now?
I think about 2 years, 2.5 years off of TV, doing other things, writing books.
Writing books, that is like such an accomplishment.
Yeah,
right?
that's
Thank
cool.
You. Yes.
So tell us a little bit about it.
Yep, so this is The Silver Lining. It's a children's book. I think it's good for kids about ages 5 through 10, guided reading for some of those young readers. There's some big words, but we can all learn something from it. I like to say it's a whatever you are, be a good one story that teaches kids 4 different cloud types along with a wonderful moral lesson.
Wow. So I love, and I was kind of reading more about your bio and everything, and so you were saying that it also kind of teaches a little bit about Monsoon, which I think maybe some kids who have been here their whole lives, they're like, oh, this isn't something that happens everywhere, right?
Right.
So super cool that they're also learning something along with just enjoying a great story.
Of course. Well, and our monsoons can be so big and powerful, even sometimes scary, even for adults, especially children. You know, these big, powerful storms roll in, they can cause some damage, and that can be really scary for a lot of kids. But my perspective is that if kids can learn a little bit about the earth sciences, if they can learn about these clouds, and they can understand these storms, it makes it a little bit more approachable, a little less scary, right? When you understand something,
absolutely,
it makes it less scary.
And like the cloud on the front, it just has that little smiley face on it, and I'm like, oh,
happy little cloud.
It's cute. But you think about like books and all the books that make an impact on your childhood. Like I know the handful of books that I was read growing up, and I think this is really cool because it's something that could be unique to Southern Arizona kids specifically, or kids in Arizona who don't, you know, other places they don't experience monsoon. So it's like, oh, well, we read the Monsoon book growing up, and they'll be able to recite it. I think that's so special.
Yeah, exactly. So when I moved here to Arizona, the monsoon storms were totally new to me. This is something I had never seen. I grew up in Texas. We didn't get rain.
Where are you from in Texas? Just quick side note.
I grew up in Lubbock, Texas.
Stop. I worked there. We'll circle back. Oh
my gosh. Okay, Shaylee Sanders used to work here also.
Yeah, I worked with Shaylee Sanders at KCBD.
Oh my
Did you go to high school in Lubbock?
I did.
Where'd you go?
Friendship.
My sisters went to Friendship.
Stop.
This is like, wow.
See, it's the smallest world out here when you get to know people.
Yeah.
It really is.
That is crazy.
But yeah, so I mean, Lubbock didn't get a lot of rain, right? You're aware of that. And so when I moved out here, it was really hard to kind of not be inspired by our monsoon storms. And for a long time, I'd kind of had this idea about a cloud going out in the sky and meeting other clouds, and I had this story cooked up for a while. But when I kind of met our monsoon storms, I knew that I had met a character in my book, and so I just had to include it. So this is the cumulonimbus page, and so this would be like the monsoon storm page. So the cumulonimbus is a really sad cloud. It's crying, and that's, you know, the rain, and it seems kind of misunderstood, right? It's kind of sad that people and children might be scared of it, but if only they knew that it just brings rain, water, and life to our desert area, you know, maybe it's not so scary. So that's the monsoon.
That is the cutest sweetest thing, and the illustrations are so cute.
Right?
Right, yes. So this little cloud, I don't know if anyone can see it, but this is the main character, and it goes through and meets 4 different cloud types, one being the cumulonimbus cloud, a monsoon cloud, and it also meets a lenticular cloud. These form here over our mountains occasionally. They're rare, but they're fun. And a few other cloud types. And it's trying to find its identity. It's trying to figure out which cloud it's going to be, what it's going to be kind of when it grows up. I think a lot of kids and people can also relate to that idea and that story. And at the end, it decides, maybe I don't have to be one of those clouds. I can just be the silver lining and find the good in everything. So it kind of comes full circle.
Why am I going to go outside and look at the clouds and be like, look at his friends? I love that. Yeah, that is so cute. Did you have to do a lot of research for it?
I did. And luckily, I have a lot of friends who are meteorologists, you know, just having been in this industry. And so I really was able to rely on their expertise as well as the expertise of some online research and other things. But I mean, I learned a ton kind of doing the research and talking about the different cloud types with my network and just online. For example, fog is also a character, and that is a stratus cloud. It is a type of cloud, fog.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
I learned that in Oregon, because we would get fog all the time there.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
And something about the atmospheric pressure, not a meteorologist, but I guess that's a factor. That's very cool.
Now, something that I noticed when you opened up the book and we were seeing some of the illustrations, absolutely stunning.
Beautiful.
Who illustrated the book?
So I found this woman called Venus Angelica, and she did all these illustrations. This is wildly outside of my realm. In no way could I make a cloud have a face or a personality or show emotion. Wind is also a character, so she was able to give wind a face. and have it kind of take our little cloud along its journey. And she did a really, really fantastic job kind of including wind in this. You know, this is fog. Can you imagine having fog and a face? And she used a little boat for its nose and kind of the eyes. So she was really, really creative. This was, again, something wildly outside of my expertise.
Yeah.
So she did a great job of kind of bringing my vision to life and bringing those words into beautiful characters and pictures.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to kind of, from start to finish?
Well, see, it's a little hard of a question to answer because I kind of had this idea for a story since I'd say probably about 2016. But once I started trying to like write it down, actually do it, put pen to paper, I think it was about a year that I took to write it. Went through a million renditions. I got it edited a few times, copy edited, sent it to friends and family, you know, had them read it a lot. And then for the illustrations, it took about 6 months.
Okay.
So I'd say about 1.5 to 2 years.
I'm just so excited for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Isn't that so cool?
I mean, I want to read it. Just looking at the illustrations, I definitely will.
If you do want to read it, it's available on Amazon right now.
Okay.
So that's, you know, where you can grab it. Hopefully be available in some other places here soon. But I do have some readings scheduled in August for Bookman's on River and the El Rio Library here in Pima County. So if you don't get a chance to buy it on Amazon, you can come to one of those readings, hear it, experience the story, maybe do a little workbook along with it. So it'd be great to bring your kids or even adults to learn something new.
Yeah, and they can meet the author. How cool is that?
Yeah,
They
plus
can-
you get to meet me.
They can meet the authors.
Who doesn't want to do that?
You can sign their book.
I know. Oh, yeah. I'll have to get a nice little silver pen.
Yes,
for
for the silver lining. Oh my gosh, we'll have to find a silver Sharpie and send it to you. But
know.
I think that's really cool. I don't think a lot of people think about children's authors and just all the steps you have to go through. And I think it's educational. It's unique to Arizona. It's a gorgeous book. The illustrations are beautiful. So
Thanks.
congratulations.
It's a great job. No, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Okay, so really quick before you go, for anyone who is watching this live and maybe wants to kind of go back and get some more details, or they're like, oh wait, where did she say that the readings are going to be? We will post this on KOLD.com under Unscripted. Awesome.
All right, thank you all
Thank
so
you so
much.
much.
So
We
good to see you.
appreciate
Good
it.
to see you.